Hey everyone, it's Jay.
And Sean.
And oh my goodness, we've got a doozy for you today. It is a movie review, a Netflix movie review for The Healer.
So someone in Canada is watching this because it was number one.
Yes, it was number one in the movies for Netflix this weekend.
Which is why we watched it.
Yes, otherwise it was not at all on our radar. We were very comfortable giving it a miss, and yet number one, everyone's watching this. What gives?
What does give? It's terrible.
You know.
It's insulting.
Insultingly bad or insulting because it has a Canadian context?
Both.
Well, I did wonder if the Canadian setting was maybe why Canada was watching this.
Maybe, but it's Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, which I think is about 2,000 people, so it can't be a huge draw.
I mean, you wouldn't think so.
No, you wouldn't.
And it doesn't start out there. The movie actually starts out in London, or thereabouts.
A facsimile, yeah.
Yes. And there's a cad, a young man, a ne'er-do-well, about to turn 30. Yes, that's right. And yeah, he's a
loser.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, we meet him as he is sneaking out of the apartment of a married lady, and he is not her husband, and he only has one shoe. And then
her husband's there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sneaking.
Yeah, but he sees her. He totally sees him.
And so then he meets his long-lost uncle, played by Jonathan Pryce, who I don't know how he is following up an Oscar-nominated role in The Two Popes with this doozy.
Yeah.
But anyways, he plays the uncle that this guy has apparently never met for no reason stated or implied or anything like that. Anything we can figure out.
No explanation.
But he offers to solve this guy's problems because not only is he a bit of a slut, he's a gambler. So he's accrued a lot of debt.
To the Russian mob.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I mean, it's a lot.
They're not even really Russian.
No. That's the part that bothers you in this whole movie.
Oh, there's so many parts that bother me. But that's in the first 5 minutes.
Anyways, he's in a lot of trouble between the, scorned husbands and the mobsters who he owes money to. He's in a lot of hot water. And this uncle not only has enough money to pay off his debts, but he's going to send him to Canada to get him out of the way of all of these people. And if he agrees to stay there for 1 year, all his problems will be solved. And I don't know if this guy is super keen about this, but he agrees to it because he doesn't have a lot of options.
He's got no other options.
His
business is tanking.
Mm-hmm.
He is being chased by mobsters.
Mm-hmm.
He has nothing to do other than go to Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm. So he does. And I mean, here's the thing. Nova Scotia is one of Canada's maritime provinces. It's a small island on the Atlantic coast.
Well, it's a peninsula.
Well, excuse me. It's a peninsula. That's true, it is. But yes, so it's it's not big exciting times out there. It's kind of a fishing village. A sleepy town that he is moving to.
Yes.
But he gets a really nice house. His uncle has property out there. And gets a nice truck. And he meets a nice lady who helps him put an ad in the paper for his profession that he claims to be like a Mr. Fix-It. Only the title that he has chosen for himself is The Healer. And he claims that he can basically fix any electronic device that you may have. But guess what, guys? There's a misprint in the newspaper, and everyone shows up to his house when he's naked, wanting him to lay hands on them and cure their ailments, like he's Christ. I felt like that was weird.
Oh, it's very weird.
How many people responded to a newspaper ad for a crackpot?
Yeah, I mean, it makes a little more sense as we learn more about the movie.
Does it?
Yeah, because there's this whole thing about like his family being healers, and it was extensively covered in the Lunenburg weekly paper for some reason. And yet it's somehow also a secret to all the townspeople except the one woman that he met.
The one lady, yes.
Which is, it can't be both.
Yeah, and it was a secret from him.
Yes, it was a secret from him.
Because it skips a generation, so I guess his great-grandfather was a healer. And now he's supposedly a healer, even though all he can heal really are electronics.
And not even then.
Well, yeah. How often do we actually see him heal an electronic?
We don't.
Let's just say never. But yes, so people show up at his house. He has to tell them, no, this is a misprint. And they get irrationally angry at that answer. They take it so personally that he won't cure their kid's cancer. Which is like a lot of pressure to have taken out on a newspaper ad, a guy they've never met.
Well, not only that, but when he is like, I don't do this, they're like, well, can't you just try? Yeah. And it's like, what? Why are you, like, how stupid are you?
Yeah.
He's told you this is not his thing, and you're still like, give it a shot.
Give it a shot. We're so desperate. Hey, you know what? In Canada, we have universal health care. Like, we don't need
this guy.
English crackpots coming over here to solve all our problems. But yes, they throw all kinds of things at this guy, and they give him a super hard time when he's like, I'm sorry, that misquoted, like, that's never my intention. Anyways, but it turns out the next day that all of those people in his living room were cured. And that's when, the mysterious uncle reappears and tells him about his lineage. And that he's just the next generation in a family of healers. But, he finds it a little hard to believe. And thank goodness, because I felt like everyone else was way too cool with this storyline. Yes. Yeah. Like, how is this happening that everybody is just like, okay.
Yeah. It really, that's one of the insulting parts.
Yes.
And not even the only insulting part.
No. Oh, boy. So it was hard. But, probably one of the more insulting parts was, the lovely lady that he meets is a lesbian. And he was already halfway to hitting on her 3 minutes into their meeting when she, put that out there. And he suspects that she might just be lying. And it's like, oh God, please don't do this. This is not a thing that people lie about. Like, leave her alone. And then something even worse happens. So he gets sent a teenage cancer victim. A little girl who's got the cancer. And her parents believe that this guy can heal her. She's skeptical. She's just there to get her parents off her back. She feels like she can die in peace if only she does this one thing for them. And for some reason, like, she has to, like, live with him for the weekend or something. Like, it makes no sense. Everyone else, he barely passed by, but this girl moves in and becomes a happy family with him and the lesbian. And they just have a wonderful time. It's like the three of them are falling in love with each other the way they have a montage that is partially set to George Michael's Faith. Because someone has grossly misinterpreted what that song is about. Yeah. Literally that song, like the opening chords started and we looked at each other like, what? Yeah. How can this be happening?
How can this be a montage?
How can this be in this movie?
A teenage cancer patient?
This has, mowing the lawn? Yeah. Like, what is happening? Oh my God. And then she recites a poem and it's just, oh my gosh, I wish that I could die just to get out of this awkwardness. It was so horrible. And then they're like just dancing on the side. It was like every worst moment from every worst movie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then we find out that the lesbian is not really a lesbian. It is just a plot device, which is also, again, so insulting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And she does think he's cute, but she heard he had a reputation. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Don't invent lesbianism. You could say no.
You could just say no.
You could just say no.
You can just say no to this movie.
My gosh, you really should. Consider saying no to this movie for the rest of your life. Make the commitment right now. Yeah, because guess what? It does not get better.
It gets worse.
It gets so much worse.
It gets worse.
It does. Yeah.
And then just when you think the end has come, it turns into a tribute to Paul Newman. What? Yeah, that's right.
No, I have no idea how they tacked that on. If they were like, I don't know, maybe more people will see it. If
maybe his family will tweet about it.
Paul Newman tie.
I have no idea what they were doing.
Oh my gosh, guys! Oh.
It's so bad.
And the thing is, like, we're not gonna we love kids with cancer.
We're not against them.
Be not sick. Please find a cure and help them out. It is not about kids with cancer. No. It's about such a terrible movie. Such a terrible movie. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How does a movie like this get made?
Because God wanted it that way.
Sean. It is so
It's
rough.
so bad.
Because the Paul Newman tie-in was like, he worked hard for kids with cancer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what kind of movie, like what message are we sending to kids with cancer when we're all like, well, there's secretly people who just have this magical healing power and they're just not using it on you.
Yeah, and if you don't find one, then you're gonna die.
You're screwed. Yeah.
God had a real fun game for you. It's called hide and seek. So he gives you cancer and a ticking clock, and good luck. Good luck getting to Lunenburg. Mm-hmm. Every second generation.
Yes. Well, I mean, and those townspeople were quite religious to begin with.
Well, they were. They packed that church.
Which is also super startling to know that people who believe in God could also just believe in, like, witchcraft, basically.
Yeah, basically.
But they were very open to it, including the parish priest, played by that guy...
Hurley from Lost. For some reason.
Playing a priest who has lost his faith.
Yeah.
George Michael faith or regular faith,
or
who
both.
knows? Oh, it's just so startling, this movie, in so many ways. Oh, boy. It's the kind of movie that'll just make you angry because it exists. And it shouldn't exist. It's not a story. It makes no sense.
I mean, this movie is proof that God does not exist.
Oh my gosh.
If you needed any, this is it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not over it.
No.
I'm not over it, guys. And Canada so seldom gets to actually be Canada in the movies.
True.
Tons of movies
We're
filmed
usually
here
in New York City.
in BC and Toronto, but they call us every other city under the blue. The one time they come here and call it Canada, they have all this fuckery in it. It's like, In fact, I think the Nova Scotians would be a lot more pragmatic.
Yes.
They're not prone to this fanciful,
No, they're not really
ridiculousness.
suckers.
No.
They're pretty down-to-earth people.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Our Maritimers are salt-of-the-earth people.
Yeah.
And this does not do them credit.
No.
Yeah. I mean, set it in, like, Saskatchewan. That's where we hide most of our crap pots. I'm pretty sure that's where we put them, right? Oh boy, this was upsetting. This was an upsetting one. It was. Some movies are so bad you can laugh at them, and some are so bad that you just want to claw your own eyes out.
You just want to never watch a movie again.
Yeah, it does put you off of movies.
Yeah.
Because how dare they?
How dare they?
How dare they?
Shame on you.
That's right.
So don't watch it.
Yeah, but thanks for watching this review of a movie that is terrible and you shouldn't see.
Yeah.
We're warning you. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Hope it's not too late. Because someone's already watched this.
it.
It was already number one in Canada. Somebody watched it, and we're so sorry for all of those people. We are so sorry.
We didn't know.
Check here first. Okay? Don't press play until you have checked with us. Fair.
Fair.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.